leadership of the Public Service Workers Union is calling on its members to put red bands at work from Monday, 5th February 2024 to Monday, 12th February 2024. Now, according to a statement from the union, all of its members are to prepare to participate in the nationwide demonstrations against the 15% VAT on electricity slated for 13th February 2024. And the Public Service Union General Secretary, Bernard J, will join us. Very good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Right. I know this action is coming on the back of the lack of trust from the labor union towards government. Why are you still convinced that it would not be withdrawn? And how have you communicated to all unions across the country beyond using the media to convey this message of the protest, starting with the red bands on the 5th?
Well, thank you very much. The Public Services Workers Union, as part of organized labor and the TUC-Ghana, supports the actions that we have agreed as organized labor to undertake from today up to the 13th, where if government fails to accede to our demands, we are going to go out there together with our families and all citizens of this country who find this tax as unacceptable because we believe that where we've gotten to, that is the only language that government will understand. Okay. Now, I must say that apart from the trust issues, these are about our lives. It's about the fact that we are working and we seem to be working only to be paying to government, and at the end of the day, they use the money for whatever they want to do, and they will not even accept any suggestions or proposals or contribution from other major stakeholders. And we think that is unacceptable. And where we are now, we are convinced that we are not the cause of the crisis the economy is in. They are the ones managing the economy. They've rejected almost all proposals that we've made. When this government came into power, there was the Social Partnership Council established to ensure that after we exit the then existing IMF program, we will be able together as stakeholders come out with policies that will enable us to run this country so that we don't find ourselves in this mess. Okay. But unfortunately,
what can you say? Can you share with us?
We are fighting for our daily bread, and all our members are to heed only organized labor and their leadership. The only communication they should heed to is what is coming from their general secretary as of now.
Okay. What would you say? What can you share with us in respect of maybe individual stories of what the impact of this would be on members? But what individual stories are you hearing from members on the gravity of the impact of this? Yeah.
All right. I mean, thank you very much. The events that have culminated into this crisis we find ourselves is something that we are all aware of. First of all, due to the inflationary trends, the loss of the value of the CD and how the DDP and all that, already we've lost more than 50% of the value of the salaries we take home. What does that mean? That means already before even this VAT on electricity is being contemplated, people have to make do with high rent costs. People have to make do with high transportation costs. People have to make do with high health costs, high education costs, and generally high cost of prices of food items. Now, all these have burdened us, and every worker that you speak to is finding it very difficult now to make ends meet, even to have a 3 square meal or even 2 square meal is a problem. People either have 1 square meal or nothing at all. But when you look at the level of salaries for majority of workers, especially in the public sector. After rent and transportation, people barely, are able to make a living. So generally, the cost of living is already high due to the already imposed taxes and the economy. Then now you slap 15% VAT. And if we know how the VAT is being calculated now, it is not just 15%. This will be going into the between 20 to 23% at the end of the day. That is just too much. How much salary increase did government grant for this year? So we believe that the impact of this are huge. We are all going to be made paupers together with our families, and a few politicians and elite will be benefiting from our economy. We think that that is unacceptable. This country is for all of us, and if we must save the country, then everybody must pay his dues. But we can't sit down.
Thank you, Bernard.
For all the burden to be
thank you for talking to us, General Secretary of the Public Service Workers Union. There, you're to put on your red bands from 5th to 12th, and then the 13th, the strike or the protest will continue.